Alright, so I have a couple new things for my XJ while I'm waiting for a new axle. The rear bearings, or excuse me, the axle bearings on the rear axle as well as the pinion bearing are shot, and it'll actually cost me a lot less money to get a rebuilt axle than it will to just put new bearings in. So I'm actually upgrading from my non-C-clip Dana 35 to probably a Chrysler 8 1/4. I could pick one up for about 150 bucks. That's been rebuilt, which is not too shabby. But in the meantime, I got this cup holder off of eBay. I'll put a link to it in the description. It fits real nicely. Pre 97, so 96 and newer Cherokees do not have cup holders anywhere in it, and I saw this pictured in somebody else's XJ, and I went searching for it. I had never seen it before, and it fits pretty nicely. I mean, it is a cheap piece of plastic. It was under $10. My biggest problem is, as you can see, my screws were not actually holding in the plastic underneath it. Now, of course, not going to want to come off. They're not holding that in. They're just kind of resting in there. And if you look at my dash, I've had to actually put slightly bigger screws and everything, but I ran out. So I thought I had a couple more and I don't. So I'm going to have to go get some more. And then what I'll probably also do, just so it doesn't rattle, is just put some sort of sealant or gasket around it here on the edges. Trying to get rid of as much of the rattles inside my Jeep as possible. People give me a hard time about not wanting it to rattle, but yeah, I don't like that noise, especially when you're driving on the freeway. Next thing I got is a set of fog lights. These are from Blazer, again, also from Amazon, and they're actually amber fog lights. And they weren't very expensive. They were about $12 or $15. Again, I'll link to them. I've linked to them in the past. They actually feel, for how inexpensive they were, they feel pretty solid. The housing is, of course, plastic, but the lens itself is glass. And on my stock bumper, I'll come around here. I'm hoping that they'll go right in these mounting holes. Now, of course, now that I have it on there, it may be too deep. No? Okay. It looks like this moves and I can adjust. Okay. But, anywho, we'll get these things mounted, and when I do, I'll probably post the fog lights sooner than the screws, just because screws require me going to the, just because I'll need to pick up some more screws to mount that. But there you have it. I think they'll look good. Hopefully they'll improve my night driving lights and visibility. And if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, so I'm a little bit more than halfway done. I haven't tightened them down, but they're installed. Beginning of the video, I said I was going to put them up here in these holes. There was not enough room in the back, and I would have had to drill a hole like here. Underneath there were already holes existing. I'm assuming for the install for this, it was a tow vehicle, as I've mentioned many times in the past. So the lights themselves are installed. The holes are there. I had to widen them a little bit. Then I've run the white wire is the power to the switch. Obviously, it's not going to lay like this. I'm going to zip tie it up and make it look a little bit cleaner. Black cable runs back around again. Going to clean it up a little bit, just so it's not loose under the engine bay. And it's just hanging right off the positive for the battery. Then the switch. This is, sorry, let me go in the cab. So this is what the switch originally came in, and it just popped out of that. And then on here there's a blank, with a wire behind it, and this might have actually been for fogs, maybe, but it just had a blank. So I popped the blank out, and I've put the switch in. What I did, it looks pretty good, I think, from the front, but from the back it looks pretty ugly, because I just took a Dremel with a cutoff wheel, cut a square, and then I took a like a stone sanding tool and just squared it off a little bit, made the hole a little bit bigger so it'd snap in. But I think I removed just enough for it to look right. Fits in there pretty well, and I think it'll look good in there. I wish it wasn't red. I wish it was a different color other than red, but I'll take it for now. Again, I think I spent 12 bucks on this. One thing I did notice, I'm kind of worried about having these in front, or down low I should say, is when I first picked them up they felt hefty because this is glass, so it has some weight to it, but it's just held in just barely by these plastic ends with a single screw on either side. And what I did, if you read the instructions, it says to turn the lens, so I turned the lens for being upside down, and then when I did that I just barely had to loosen them, and if I pull on it there's a lot of flex in the housing, so I don't know how waterproof they're going to be either. Again, not that big a deal, not too worried about it. I think I paid 12 bucks for them. My Jeep's not a daily driver, so you know I'm not expecting world-class performance, just a little additional light when I'm going off-road, and if they don't deliver that then I wasted $12 on my money, which I'm totally capable of doing. I've spent and wasted way worse than $12 in the past on stuff. So yeah, there was a right next to the brake master, the brake booster I should say, that's the master, that's the booster, there's a little grommet that I was able to shove those wires through, and I was able to find them underneath the dash pretty easily. I don't know if this camera will pick up. No, it's not bright enough. I don't have the, there we go. You can see kind of where they're coming through at. Wait, no, that's not. Is that them? Yeah, sorry. There you go. They're coming through up there, into the back of here. And again, I have zip ties, so I'll zip it up all nice and neat. Need to figure out where I'm going to stick the ground to on this. So, anywho, that's that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll probably post one more video, or I'll include one more part once it's actually finished installed and batteries in, so I can show you how bright they are. And I need to aim them as well, so that'll be part of the work. If anybody has a better technique of getting this puppy off, I don't like getting, I'm always terrified. I haven't yet, obviously. I'm terrified of just destroying it. And I'm taking it on and off. It doesn't seem to come on off real well. So anyways, look forward to showing you the last part. Well, there they are, installed and on. As you can see, I still need to mess with aiming them. But the surface that they're on isn't very level, so I need to pull it out and park in front of my garage and wait till it's nighttime and, you know, aim them that then. But they're not as amber as I would have liked them to be. But maybe when the bulbs burn out, I can replace them with ones that are amber coated. There's just a little bit of amber coating in the housing itself, and the bulb is not amber coated. So now I'm going to go ahead and tidy up all the wires now that I know that they work. Get my zip ties out and just tuck them all away so that they don't get in the way of anything or catch on fire or get caught. So tell me what you think of these fog lights. Again, I'll post a link to them in the description below. I'll post a link also to my support page. If you buy anything on Amazon or eBay or Abe's of Maine or anything like that, I have quite a few sponsors that if you click on my link, I do get a small kickback of the purchases that you make. I'm not asking anybody to change your buying habits, just, you know, if you happen to use any of those, a little bit to support this channel. Videos like this of these kind of installs, more than happy to post the videos, answer any questions. If anybody wants to come and look at my Jeep, they're local here in Arizona, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Thank you for watching and have a great day.